Welcome back to the Solarpunk Pro podcast. You are here listening because you want to do more. You see it all. The authoritarians rising, the oligarchs consolidating, the planet burning. And you're done with performative resistance. You're done with retweets pretending to be action. Well, let me hand you the cleanest crowbar in the history of civil disobedience. It's not posting. It's not protesting. It's not even voting. It is building a better world while the old one sucks on its own fumes. Russia and its 2022 war chest, it was filled with $180 billion from European gas purchases from the year before. That's not geopolitics. That is protection racket in a bespoke suit, smiling while it empties your wallet. Saudi Arabia's monarchy, it's fueled by your commute. Venezuela, Iran, same addiction, different flag. Current situation here in the US, it's funded by big oil. Not your dependence, our dependence. A 150-year-old infrastructure of pipelines, palaces, and propaganda. But here's what they don't want you to know. That machine can be replaced, and every person who joins the replacement effort makes the old system a little less relevant. I'm James Manzer, and we are going to turn doom scrolling into a toolkit and a ladder out of the burning house. Every authoritarian regime has shared one addiction: fossil fuels. Hitler's Germany fought for oil in Poland and the Caucasus. Mussolini invaded Ethiopia for fuel. Putin uses gas pipelines like bayonets. 70% of the world's oil reserves sit under authoritarian boots. That's design. It's a machine built to keep the fuel flowing and the public kneeling. Fossil fuels concentrate wealth because they're geographically limited and infrastructure heavy. You need armies to guard pipelines. You need oligarchs to fund them and propaganda to justify the mess. You don't need jackboots when the pipeline is the boot and your economy is the neck. Oil doesn't just fuel tanks, it fuels tyranny. Every rooftop system, every heat pump installer, every battery tech is an unassuming saboteur with a torque wrench. They are loosening the bolts on the war economy one rooftop at a time. And if you think that's a foreign problem, well, meet America's polite dictatorship, your utility company. 200 regulators controlling $200 billion in U.S. utility spending. You didn't vote for them, but they decide how much you pay. Every bill is an altar call to the church of extraction. And you, my friends, are the candle. PG&E, they are raking in billions of dollars while its neglect turns California into a bonfire. Texas 2021, central planners promised order and instead delivered a freezer aisle for the poor. Centralized control does not make you safe. It makes you fragile. When utilities fight rooftop solar, they are guarding the vending machine and they are smashing the water fountains. The new world needs engineers, analysts, project managers who understand distributed energy. And they're going to pay you 6 digits to modernize the system. So take the money, learn the castle's blueprints, and help the village build tunnels and wells. Fascism thrives on helplessness. Solarpunk builds agency. When Hurricane Maria flattened Puerto Rico's grid, the big grid ghosted the island, and the neighborhoods swiped right on themselves. That microgrids sprang up, and community solar kept hospitals alive. That's not resilience. That's self-governance. Many builders, they were former utility techs who walked off fragile systems to wire the resilient ones. Same skills, new mission. Vote with your wallet, both with what you pay for, as well as what pays you. Kilowatts are votes now. Wire your ballots to the sun. Authoritarians do not fear your protest signs. They fear your solar array the way vampires fear the dawn. It's quiet, it's inevitable, and it is terminal. The people swinging the hammers, they aren't poets in berets. They are professionals with multimeters and torque specs. Project managers making $150,000 a year. Electricians, $250,000 a year. Energy analysts making $140,000 a year. That is rebellion with a W-2 and equity. You don't overthrow fascism by yelling louder. You don't overthrow fascism by yelling louder on social media. You make it irrelevant. Follow the fuel and you'll find the fire. Iraq was about oil. Syria about pipelines, and Ukraine was about gas. Meanwhile, the US military burned through $400 per gallon to move diesel through mountain passes where every switchback was a trap. $8 trillion later, could have built a cathedral of silicon and storage from Key West to Kodiak, and still have changed for school roofs. Renewables, they have supply chain sins, no doubt about it. Those, however, are inherited by the late state capitalist society we're working to dismantle, and the only industry pushing to clean it, renewable energy. So before you type out your rock from your dirty cell phone or laptop, look around at your glass house. These are simply engineering problems. Oil, it is a permanent geopolitical addiction. Panels ask you for sunlight and indifference. Oil wells demand a standing army. Every solar installer is a non-violent resistance fighter. Every EV charger is a demilitarized zone. Every microgrid designer is writing a ceasefire in code in copper. The most powerful revolutions, they do not copy the old system. They skip it. Like how cell phones have leapfrogged landlines in the global south, solar and storage are helping nations leapfrog oligarchs. For a century now, Africa's resources have flowed out while poverty stayed behind. Niger's uranium, it lights up Paris. Nigeria's crude fuels Europe. Congo's cobalt charges Western cell phones. The World Bank, yeah, it loans the ladder and pulls it up and out when the first rung cracks. Now the script is flipping. Kenya and PowerGen, they are selling solar kits by phone. Rwanda, Nigeria, Tanzania, you get microgrids plus mobile money equaling 24/7 power. South Africa, yeah, the rooftop solar is beating coal-fired blackouts. Morocco, the Noor complex is exporting sunlight instead of crude. Ghana, their co-ops are building 100 kW arrays to stabilize the local grids. Their field manuals for independence, photocopied in sunlight. When a village in Malawi installs a solar farm, the money boomerangs home. No layovers in Dubai, no first-class seat to London. The same model that cracks monopolies here in Massachusetts is shattering neo-colonial hierarchies in Africa. It is time to invoice the sun. Technicians and financiers are teaming with African startups on open source hardware and battery leasing. This is not aid, this is alignment, a handshake, not a handout. Joining the renewable workforce means joining a planetary project of liberation. Every inverter you design, every battery you deploy, every microgrid you finance is a blow against both fascism and colonialism. Every microgrid is a pop-up republic, low overhead, high turnout. One shared meter and suddenly, wow, City Hall is going to return your call. From Maine to Mombasa, stop waiting for permission, start building systems that make the old ones irrelevant. That is decolonization with receipts. Authoritarians want two things from you. They want fear and futility. They win when you believe nothing can change. Rebecca Solnit once wrote, "Hope is not a lottery ticket you clutch. It is an axe you break down doors with." That is the Solarpunk creed. Despair, friends, it is surrender. Does us no favors. Building is warfare by other means. Every solar array is a strike. Every electrified home is a liberated zone. One rooftop doesn't matter. Yeah, maybe not. But 10,000 rooftops? That changes economics. 1 million rooftops? That changes politics. You personally cannot stop a war. You cannot overthrow an oligarch. But you can stop sending them money. And when millions of people stop sending them money to the authoritarian energy systems, wow, those systems starve. Let me address the objections I know you're thinking. Well, renewable energy supply chains, they have ethical problems. Correct. And we're solving them. Meanwhile, fossil fuel supply chains, they have the same ethical problems and have for 150 years. Plus, they have a permanent geopolitical addiction problem. One can be fixed, the other must be abolished. But China dominates solar manufacturing. Isn't this just trading one authoritarian dependency for another? That is a fair question, and here's the difference. Once you own the solar panel, you, friend, are independent. You are not buying the fuel from China every month for the next 40 years. And manufacturing can be and is being diversified. The US, it just added 20 gigawatts of domestic solar manufacturing capacity. Europe is building more. India is scaling production. The supply chain can be democratized. The oil well cannot. But individuals can't change the system. Well, tell that to the coal industry. Individual homeowners installing solar destroyed more coal capacity than any single regulation. Market forces, they are real forces. But won't this hurt oil workers? Fossil workers deserve just transition programs and better jobs. Renewable energy jobs already are paying more on average, and they don't poison your lungs. Fighting for workers means fighting for work that does not kill them. And internationally, this isn't just a Western luxury. Germany, they have energy cooperatives. UK's got transition towns. Bangladesh has rural solar electrification. Morocco's massive renewable energy export projects are powering that country. When you connect these dots, Solarpunk stops being an aesthetic and becomes a global strategy. Let me say that again. Solarpunk isn't an aesthetic, it is a global strategy. Now, let me be brutally honest with you about something. Maybe we do not win. Maybe the authoritarians consolidate power. Maybe the oligarchs successfully kill this transition. Maybe policy backlash slows everything down for another decade while the planet burns. I don't think that's going to happen. The train has left the station. Our momentum is too powerful. But for the sake of argument, let's say it does. You know what you still have? You still have the most valuable skill set for an unstable world. The ability to generate power independent of centralized failing systems. When Texas froze in 2021 and the grid collapsed, the houses with solar and batteries kept running. When Puerto Rico's centralized system failed after Hurricane Maria, the communities with microgrids, they kept hospitals powered. When California's utilities shut off power during fire season to avoid liability, the homes with backup systems stayed online. This isn't prepper fantasy. This is resilient infrastructure for an increasingly unstable grid. The people learning these skills right now, solar installation, battery integration, microgrid design, energy system management, they're learning how to keep their families comfortable and their communities functional when centralized systems fail. And centralized systems, they are failing more often. Grid outages, they are up 60% over the last decade. Extreme weather events, they are increasing. Infrastructure is aging, whether it's climate chaos, political instability, or just utility companies that can't maintain their own damn equipment. The grid is becoming less reliable. So here's the pragmatic case for learning these skills. Even if you do not buy into revolutionary politics, you will learn how to keep your own home running. Solar panels, battery backup, heat pumps, efficient building design. You become the person who does not panic when the power goes out. You learn how to help your neighbors. When the grid fails in your community, you're the person who knows how to wire up a system properly, how to size a solar array, how to manage battery systems. You become valuable in crisis. You learn skills that can't be taken away. Economic collapse, political chaos. You know how to generate electricity from sunlight and store it. That's worth more than most college degrees in a failing system. You build community resilience. The places that weather the crises best are not the ones with the biggest emergency management budgets. They're the ones where neighbors actually know how to help each other. Energy skills create community infrastructure. I'm not saying learn this stuff because the apocalypse is coming. I'm saying learn this stuff because these skills have value in any future scenario. Anyone looking to the guy who can organize a spreadsheet in a survival situation? Best case, you're part of the energy transition that saves civilization and you get paid well to do it. Worst case, you know how to keep the lights on for your family when centralized systems fail. Either way, you win. The difference between the people who thrive during system stress and the people who suffer is not money. You can't eat money. It's capability. It's knowing how to do things that matter. And energy independence is the foundation of every other kind of independence. So whether you're motivated by revolutionary politics, pragmatic resilience, family security, or just wanting skills that can't be automated away, the answer is the same. Learn how energy systems actually work, learn how to build them, learn how to fix them, because the future is either going to need people who can build new systems or people who can maintain failing ones. Either way, we need you. Fascism feeds on scarcity. Solarpunk feeds on abundance. And if you're not currently in energy but you want in, book a free 30-minute call. I'll work with you and map out specific opportunities in your city, which companies are hiring, and how your current skills translate to this industry. Join the revolution. Because the revolution isn't a riot, it is a rebuild. Every kilowatt is a vote against tyranny. Every battery installed is a hope with a warranty. And the revolution, friends, it will not be televised. I'm James Manzer. This is the Solarpunk Pro Podcast. Let's go build something better.